Greetings, fellow Gorehounds, and welcome back to a Blood Splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru.
And I'm Count Jackula.
And today we're going to talk about Together. A new body horror film written and directed by Michael Shanks, and I believe this is his feature film debut, so this is his first film that he's decided to show us all as what he's got in him, and what he's got in him is pretty screwed up. This movie is about a couple, Tim and Millie, who move into a new home in a new town when suddenly some sort of force that they can't identify starts compelling them together. And I don't just mean like near each other, I mean they're starting to fuse together. Like some sort of weird Cronin couple. And that's the premise of the movie. It's them trying to figure out why that's happening and dealing with their own issues along the way, because oh boy, do they have plenty of those.
Yeah, the movie is a big metaphor for fear of commitment.
Like, a lot of people, when they see the trailer for this movie, think that it's, like, about codependency, and that's in the movie. Like, that's 100% a theme of the movie, but the actual through line of the movie is the fear of commitment. You primarily follow Tim, the man in the couple. He is going through a lot of trauma because he recently lost his parents in a very horrific way that he will never forget.
Yeah.
He is not sure who he's going to be if he fully commits to the relationship. So he hasn't fully committed to the relationship, even though they've moved together into a new home in a new town together. He's still not fully committed. He is kind of a deadbeat, to be completely honest.
Yeah, a bit, yeah.
Like, he has really nothing to show for himself. She's the primary breadwinner. He doesn't even have, like, a music career anymore. He used to at one point, but that kind of went by the wayside. He feels stuck.
Yeah.
You know, he needs to be in this relationship with her because otherwise he has nothing.
Yeah.
But he also knows that it doesn't feel right now.
Yeah.
You know, for a number of reasons.
The lady of the couple is not an angel either.
No.
She starts the whole thing by making this grand gesture of proposing to him, but the wounds of his parents' death are pretty freaking fresh. And so he's out of it.
Yeah.
He's completely out of it. He is not mentally present.
No.
And her friends are bitches.
Yeah, they keep encouraging her down this really bad path.
Yeah.
Because they see him as like a deadbeat boyfriend, and they have zero respect for him or zero respect for what he's going through.
Yeah, they don't seem to give a shit that, like, he's going through something major.
She's very much in denial about everything that's going on in the relationship. And that denial, like, continues throughout the movie. Like, she starts to, like, be in complete denial over the thing that's compelling them together until she can't fucking deny it anymore. And the entire, like, arc of this movie is these two trying to figure out by the end of the movie if they're going to commit, alongside all this shit about, like, fusing together and becoming a Cronin couple. This is very much like a relationship therapy movie as a horror movie. But that being said, I do want to stress the fact that there are two facts about this movie that are important to know going in. The first one is this movie is way funnier than you think it's going to be.
Yeah, it's actually more of a black comedy than it is a horror movie.
100%. The body horror is real, don't get me wrong. It's gnarly and fucked up. But the movie itself, its tone is very funny.
Yeah.
It's darkly funny. Even the scenes of body horror are presented in a humorous fashion.
Yeah, like one of the early moments where they get fused together and have problems separating. They've just had sex.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to figure out how to
It's a really funny and messed up scene. 100%. We'll talk more about that in the spoiler section. It's a highlight of the movie, to be clear.
Yeah.
But the other thing to know about this movie is that there is a reason this is all happening. It's not just a metaphor. Like, there is a thing that is compelling them, and it is a thing that they have to deal with over the course of the movie. And we'll talk more about that in the spoilers because that's all spoiler stuff.
Yeah.
Alison, Brie, and Dave Franco, who play Tim and Millie, have great chemistry, and that's kind of a given because they actually are a married couple in real life, and that kind of shows in the movie.
Is the couple arguing over something important, or are they just arguing and doing damage to the relationship?
Yeah.
You know, that's a big through line through the movie.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
absolutely.
Is this a fight over something real, or are we just doing damage to each other?
Yes.
You know, are we just injuring each other emotionally?
you get to see all the different types of arguments throughout the movie. You get the fun, playful arguments where they're not really arguing, they're just kind of flirting through arguing. You get the arguments where they're arguing over something else, but it's something small that they're pinning all their anger on.
Yeah.
But it's actually something else that's like the elephant in the room that neither of them are addressing. And you also just get arguments where it is about the thing that's happening in front of them.
Yeah, they even have the argument where it's like, no, you're flirting with them.
Yeah.
You're flirting with them. Don't deny it. You're making eyes, you know?
Yup. So yeah, overall, I really fucking dug this movie. I thought it was hilarious. I thought the body horror was gnarly and awesome. I do wish towards the end, the body horror starts to lean a little bit too much on the CGI, and it would have been cool to get a little bit more of the practical. A little more
practical, yeah.
For the most of the movie, it is practical. It's just towards the end when it starts to lean on that a little bit more. And I thought the overall arc of the movie, like the relationship therapy aspect of the movie, works really well.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up from me. Together is currently available on video on demand. It was in theaters, but now it's on video on demand. I highly recommend you go check it out on there. Pick your poison and enjoy. And with that said, let's move on to the spoilers.
Part of the moral of the story is don't drink water from the H.R. Giger pit.
Yep.
The couple fall into like this cave, and there is a very obviously like alien H.R. Giger pit.
Yeah.
That they drink the water from that makes you go, yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Given the way this movie ends, was it really all that bad?
Well, that's the thing.
Okay, so the real twist of this movie is that by the end of the movie, you find out that the pit itself that they drank from was actually a church.
Yeah.
And the church used to be ran by this cult, and this cult worships some sort of deity, and they perform these rituals that involve couples getting married and fusing together.
Yeah.
The idea being you become one with your better half. You actually do complete each other. That's the whole idea. And you find this out because the characters realize that their neighbor and Millie's co-worker from the school that she works at was actually one of those cult members.
Yeah.
And has
actually used to be 2 of those cult members.
Yeah, used to be 2 of those cult members. I love the detail of the 2 rings on his finger, kind of giving it away. But what I really like about that couple is that it's a gay couple.
Yeah.
Which makes it very clear that this is about relationships and not necessarily like a gender thing.
Right.
Like a man and a woman fusing together. You could totally see how there'd be like, are we talking about trans issues or something like here?
Yeah, we're not.
Having a queer couple, having gone through this before the movie even started, makes it very clear that this is about relationships, 100%. But what is interesting about the way this movie ends is the characters, they try so many things, right? Like they try sawing each other in half, staying away from each other, but eventually they're compelled to be together no matter what.
Yeah.
They also figure out that if they mainline diazepam, the muscle relaxant aspect of it will keep their bodies somewhat at bay, but even then they'll fuse together if they get close.
Yeah.
There's a point when they start to separate far enough, one of them or both of them enters this like catatonic state and they just get compelled back to each other. So there is no way out of this, including them trying to kill each other. Not like kill each other, but like kill themselves. Kill themselves in order to save the other person. Each of them is willing to give up their own life for the other person. And ultimately, the way this movie ends is it ends with them taking the plunge.
Yeah. They just accept that this is going to happen.
Yes, they fully commit to each other. He gets over his commitment issues. She gets out of her denial, and the 2 of them fuse and become one.
Yeah, become a different person.
In this amazing scene in which the Spice Girls 2 Become One is playing, which is freaking hilarious. It's freaking funny as hell. Honestly, the way the movie treats it as a rather romantic ending.
They treat it as, a good thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Like, sure, they have the parental reaction when they open the door as one person.
They have no idea what's going on.
When their parents arrive. Like, that's funny and all that. But overall, for them, it's actually a good thing. They got over their issues and now they're happy together. And they're closer than they ever were before.
Yeah. And they also show what happens if you deny that this thing is happening. There's a subplot involving a couple that disappeared in the woods in the exact same place where they're living.
Yep.
And when they run upon them, they are a fucked up substance monster.
Yeah, they base 100%. If you've seen the end of the substance, they look kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like this weird, fucked up fusion. And one of them in that equation did either try to kill the other one or killed themselves.
Yeah.
And now their bodies can't fully complete each other, and they're just stuck as this weird Cronin monster.
Yeah.
It's really messed up and awesome.
Never been Cronenberg's Cronenberg Morty, there's a lot of that.
And that scene, when that happens, is entirely practical. Like, they are just a straight up, like, puppet. Crawling around on all fours. It's great. So, that's the long and short of the movie, to be honest. Some highlights in the movie, for me, would probably be, I really love the sex scene.
The sex scene is great.
There's a scene about halfway into the movie, and this is the scene that kind of establishes that they literally can't stay away from each other. There's a point in which they get too far. They just get compelled to each other. He is trying to go to his rehearsals for the band that he's in. He needs to get on a train to do that, but he can't. His body just goes into the catatonic state, and he finds himself compelled to Millie, who is at school as a teacher working. He shows up, and then the two of them have sex in the school bathroom. So you have this added tension of them having sex in the school bathroom. It's a magical moment for them initially until they realize that their genitals are fused together, which is so fucked up and horrifying. But on top of that, oh shit, they're in one of the kids' bathrooms. They're not in the staff bathroom.
Yeah. This is bad.
This is bad.
Bad.
One of the kids is going to go get the principal. This is bad. We're in trouble. Something's not good here. But they can't freaking just separate and get out because their crotches is fused together. And you do see a little bit of the cock being pulled, and it is a great shot. This movie does not shy away from showing you shit. I really want to see a sequel to this movie where they up the ante and make it like a polyamorous throuple or something. Yeah. So like by the end of the movie, it's like a shunting scene. Yeah. That's the way you make a sequel to this movie, in my opinion.
Yes. Or the one you said that I thought was hilarious, which was Swingers.
Oh, yeah. So you have two couples who have already gone through this and fused together, and the two couples in their fused singular state fall in love.
Yeah.
Like a weird four-way fusion thing happening.
Yeah. Oh, man. Might be hard to do that without passing judgment.
It'd be really hard to do. That's why I would go more the
polycule. Yeah.
I think that would be the best way to escalate this concept.
Right.
Now we're talking about potential sequels, so I think we should probably start to wrap this up.
Right.
Together, I think, is one of the best horror movies of the year, to be completely honest. I thought it was a great body horror movie, a great black comedy, a great relationship movie, and just overall everything about this movie worked for me and fired on all cylinders. So 2 thumbs up from me. Do you have any final thoughts?
Oh, my final thoughts are you should check me out here on YouTube as I stream every weeknight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can follow me on Blue Sky at Count Jackula, and I would love to fucking see you there.
Y'all know me, I'm the Horror Guru. You can find me at the Horror Guru on various social media platforms, but these days I primarily use Blue Sky, so follow me on there. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you're notified of my videos immediately upon their upload. And if you'd like to help out either of us more directly, be sure to check out our Patreon pages, and remember, if you decide to go the Patreon route, even $1 a month can go a long way, but we will certainly accept more. In fact, we could really use more, so
we could use
feel
money.
free to up that donation if you want.
Feel free to include a heftier donation if you would like.
And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, I want you to comment below, and be sure to comment below using the hashtag Cronin Cult. That way I know, that way Jack knows, that way the whole world knows that you know if you join the Cronin Cult, you'll be thrown in the H.R. Geiger pit, and you will come out a Cronin couple.
Yes.
And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, peace out, and we'll catch y'all later.